In a world where every political move is scrutinized down to the smallest detail, one moment can turn a campaign event into a viral sensation for all the wrong reasons. Such was the case for Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, who recently found himself in the middle of a rather egg-citing blunder during a campaign stop at a supermarket in Reading, Pennsylvania. While trying to make a point about rising grocery prices and blame the Biden-Harris administration for inflation, it was Vance's own background that undercut his argument and left him with metaphorical egg on his face. J.D. Vance has been on a mission to flip Pennsylvania red, rallying behind Donald Trump's presidential bid and taking aim at the current administration's policies. This past weekend, Vance made a campaign stop at a local grocery store with his children in tow, hoping to connect with everyday voters by discussing the skyrocketing costs of food. As he wandered through the aisles with cameras rolling, Vance singled out one of the most common items in any household: eggs. With a well-rehearsed message blaming Vice President Kamala Harris for the rising prices, Vance seized the opportunity to speak to voters' frustrations over inflation. However, things took an embarrassing turn when eagle-eyed viewers noticed an inconvenient detail lurking in the background of his video. Standing next to his two sons, Vance pointed to the egg cartons and launched into a critique of inflation, claiming that the policies of Kamala Harris and the Biden administration were responsible for the increased cost of living. Eggs, when Kamala Harris took office, were short of $1.50 a dozen. Now, a dozen eggs will cost you around $4, he stated, attempting to paint a vivid picture of economic hardship under current leadership. His comments, meant to stir frustration over inflated grocery prices, were quickly overshadowed by a glaring oversight. Multiple cartons of eggs directly behind him were clearly priced at $2.99 per dozen. Social media users wasted no time pouncing on the irony of the situation. One user posted a screenshot of Vance's video and exclaimed, "He's such a liar." This was the price behind him as he was lying. $2.99 per dozen. Another quipped, "They forgot to take the price tags off the eggs before shooting the video with him lying about the price of eggs. We're lucky they're this incompetent." Though Vance's broader point about inflation wasn't entirely incorrect, Pennsylvania's average egg price hovers around $4.52 according to the Consumer Price Index. The visual of the $2.99 price tag directly contradicted his claim in real time. In the court of public opinion, the damage was already done. The clip, meant to amplify his message, instead left viewers questioning his credibility. This wasn't the only awkward moment during Vance's supermarket stop. As his son pointed to the egg section, Vance playfully mentioned that his boys eat about 14 eggs every single morning. Though meant to add a personal touch, the comment was overshadowed by the internet's focus on the misstep. What should have been a relatable family moment became part of a growing meme, with users calling out the senator for his selective facts. However, the senator didn't let the egg mishap slow him down. He continued with his inflation-focused talking points, pivoting to the price of ground beef. The price of ground beef went from just shy of $4 a pound to $6 a pound because Harris cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Explosion Act, Vance proclaimed, once again placing the blame squarely on the vice president. He also criticized Harris's promise to tackle affordability issues, mocking her by saying, "Kamala, day one was 1,400 days ago. What the hell have you been doing that whole time? Stop talking about what you're going to do and go out there and do it." Despite the egg-related blunder, Vance remained on the offensive, hammering home his belief that Harris's policies are responsible for America's current economic challenges. The aftermath and reactions. Despite the criticism surrounding the egg debacle, Vance's weekend on the campaign trail wasn't all bad. His sit-down with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson in Hershey, Pennsylvania, was a massive draw, with thousands of supporters flocking to hear the two discuss the state of modern America and the upcoming 2024 election. The only hiccup? A massive delay in the event's start time due to a shortage of metal detectors, a side effect of heightened security following 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump earlier in the year. As for the egg incident, social media users continued to roast Vance for the embarrassing oversight. Memes circulated with captions like "scrambled facts" and "exactly the kind of lie we've come to expect." Despite this, Vance's supporters rallied behind him, dismissing the criticism as an overreaction. Many pointed out that his overall argument about inflation remains valid, even if the specific example of egg prices fell flat in the moment. In the high-stakes world of politics, every campaign stop is an opportunity, or, as J.D. Vance learned, a risk. His egg-centric inflation argument may have backfired, but it hasn't derailed his efforts to sway Pennsylvania voters. With his focus squarely on flipping the state red in November, Vance will need to shake off the social media ridicule and sharpen his message as he continues his campaign. Whether this supermarket snafu will have a lasting impact remains to be seen. But for now, J.D. Vance is left with egg on his face, and a lesson in the importance of checking the price tags before hitting record.